Birmingham City continue to dominate. Birmingham City continue to run away with the league after yet another victory this past midweek against a stubborn Huddersfield Town. Stunning in the way this weekend is Nathan Jones and his Charlton boys. Can they stop Moneybags FC? We'll get into it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about Matchday number 10, that's right, over in League One. And we'll get to it in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for League One is right here under Von Ruski. Yes, Birmingham City did kick ass and take some names, but what's going to be said about Mansfield Town, the dark horse, sneaking in to the into number 3 spot and within a whisker of in the automatics? Can they dare the dream and join the Blue Noses back in the Championship? We'll take a look at it, all of it, in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, League One, World Football, right here under Warren Ruski. Big shout out to the VIPs, the other Patreons. You know who you are. And also a big shout out to the members. That's right. All part of this ginormous family that I do appreciate every single day. There is another way you guys can become part of the family, and it doesn't cost you an absolute penny. No penny whatsoever. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this. That's right, folks. We're still looking out for those all-important votes that could be the difference between success and failure. I've done my bit, but I need your bit now, which means vote. Please go ahead and vote for Blackburn Overseas Best Club Content Creator Football League, Best Podcast for the Football League. Please go ahead and vote. I'm begging you, please. It takes 20 seconds of your time. The voting is closing very soon. So any votes you can get in now would be absolutely appreciated. When I say vote, I mean votes multiple. If you can open up a couple of tabs, different browser, different device, any which way you can, I'll take them, of course, and twice on Thursday. So please squeeze in a couple more votes. I do appreciate it. But let's take a look then at the games that have gone by this past midweek. Of course, busy schedule, double match week. And of course, a gap is already opening up between Birmingham and the rest. We'll talk about that and we'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's have a look at the results then. Missed opportunity maybe for Wycombe to break into the playoffs after they could only draw with Barnsley. 2-2 in the end. Birmingham, there it is. 1-0 winners over Huddersfield, who are not even in sight right now. They're all the way down. I don't even know. They're past 12th. I've got to look at the table in a minute. But they're nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Blackpool, again, they hit a bit of a skid as well. 1-1 draw against Lincoln. Meanwhile, Cambridge did lose to Rotherham, their first away win in over 600 days. Crawley did lose to Mansfield, who are, like I said, in third. The Orient did lose to Exeter. Northampton Town did lose to Bolton. And Shrewsbury did lose to Stockport. Stevenage caused a bit of an upset, beating Hollywood FC. That's Wrexham, 1-0 winners there. Wigan, 3-0 winners over Peterborough. Big win for them as well. And then, of course, Reading did beat Burton to move into the top half of the table. That's, of course, my picks and the results right there. This is the leaderboard. This is the league as it stands right now. Here's Birmingham. Look at that, 5-point lead. They have a game in hand on Wrexham as well. But let's not rule out Mansfield Town for causing a bit of an upset. They're within a whisker of getting into the top 2. Lincoln also they're about Stockport, and then Blackpool going down. It's Cambridge, Shrewsbury, Burton, and Crawley right now. But it could all change very soon, of course, if we can. We'll find out again what's happening this weekend. So that is that. Of course, this is where I typically would show you the old leaderboard, but we're going to take a little mini break. We'll be back after this. I think this is how we're going to roll. Whenever there's a double match week, I'm not going to bring you an update until the following week. It's just too rapid, too quick. But yeah, it definitely will change. It definitely will change the face of the leaderboard. Anyway, enough about that. Now, these are the next round of games. And look at that. Some bangers to get excited about, including the top one right there. Huddersfield against Barnsley. We'll get to that in a minute. But also Stockport, Wigan. We got, what else do we have? Birmingham going to Charlton. That could be a whopper as well. But let's waste no more time and get stuck in. That's right, folks. We're going to kick it all off with a trip to Huddersfield. And that will be on a Saturday. Is it an early game? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like an early game. Up against Barnsley, of course, coming at you on 32 times they've played, these two sides, since 1995. 12 wins for the Terriers. We got 14 wins for Barnsley, and there's been 6 draws between the two sides. Duff's boys, pretty grim right now, all the way down to 15th. They could be in for a bit of heartbreak, especially when you think about where we are in the season. International break around the corner. Some games, actually some League One clubs will not be playing the following week, so they'll have a 2-week break. Perfect opportunity to replace your manager, and I think Duff is in the hot seat. I think they definitely need to be in and out the playoffs, if not the automatics. But they're coming into 4 defeats on the spin, just 1 win in the last 6 in all competitions, all venues. Barnsley on the flip side, steadying the ship under Darryl Clark, sitting in 7th. I think he can survive this window. But Huddersfield need a result, and fast. Now, they played last time at this venue. It was a 2-1 win for Huddersfield back in April 2022. That was in the Championship. Huddersfield are unbeaten against Barnsley over the last 3 back-to-back home wins. This could be the 3rd. But they come to on the back of that 1-0 loss to Birmingham. Just 1 goal scored in the last 3 up against Barnsley. Successive draws for them. But they are unbeaten since that 7-0 stuffing from Manchester United. The bookies for this one, though, Huddersfield are 20-19 on. They are overwhelming favourites. So the bookies are going with them. 27-10 is your Barnsley. 13-5 is the draw. Must-win territory here, I would imagine, for Huddersfield. And I'm going with a draw. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. Depends where they are, of course. But realistically, he's in the hot seat right now, is Duff. And if he can navigate this as part of the season, then maybe it'll be all right. But work to do. Peterborough next. They're taking on Stevenage. Of course, coming at you over at the Western Home Stadium. Peterborough under Mr. Ferguson's son. 50% form for them right now. Without a win, though, in the last 3. Just 1 win in the last 5. Of course, taking on Stevenage, who, of course, 58% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. They're doing all right at the moment. Played 11 times since 2011. 4 wins for Peterborough, 3 for Stevenage. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this very venue was a 3-1 win for Peterborough back in March 2024. Peterborough, though, on the back of that 3-0 loss to Birmingham, a successive away wins. They've actually played 3 matches on the road. The last time they picked up a win was the last time they played at home, and they beat Bristol Rovers 3-2. Meanwhile, Stevenage, successive 1-0 wins for them at home, though this match being on the road. But 3 games without conceding a goal for Stevenage. They're looking pretty defensive and rock solid at the moment. 23-20 is your Peterborough. 23-10 is your Stevenage. 12-5 is the draw. Going to go with a Peterborough victory, though. For me on this one, 2-0 winners over Stevenage, who look pretty good at the moment. Bolton next, they're taking on Shrewsbury, coming at you over at the Tough Sheet Community Stadium. Bolton on a bit of an upwards in form right now, just 1 defeat in the last 4, 67% form for them under Ian Everett. They sit 11th with 13 points up against Shrewsbury. Without a win, though, in the last 5, they sit 23rd with 4 points to the name. 13 times they've played since 2013, 8 for Bolton, 2 for Shrewsbury, 3 draws between the two sides. Last time around, though, at this very venue was a 2-2 draw back in April 2024. Bolton have won, what are we looking at? 4. They've won 3 of the last 4, unbeaten against them over the last 4, and just lost once over the last 6. Bolton on the back of that 4-2 away win to Northampton Town. Their only defeat, though, in the last 4 was against Arsenal in the Cup when they got tonked. Meanwhile, Shrewsbury on the back of that 2-0 loss to Stockport. Meanwhile, the bookies for this, 5-2 on is your Bolton. They are overwhelming favourites. 7-2 is the draw. 7-1 is your long shots. I'm going with the bookies on this. And the form book, 3-0 win. Bolton taking all 3 points to the bank. Head on over to the Pirelli now as they take on, as Burton Albion take on Bristol Rovers. Burton under Mark Robinson look pretty lost right now, 22nd in the table with just 4 points to the season. 4 defeats on the bounce up against Bristol Rovers, who are 18th for the table with 10 points, just 1 win in the last 5. Now they've played 15 times since 2011. 8 wins for Burton, 4 for Bristol Rovers. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. Last time around, though, at this very venue was a 4-1 win for Burton, who are unbeaten against Bristol Rovers over the last 3, scoring 8 goals in the last 3 games combined. Burton, though, on the back of that 3-1 loss to Reading, Bristol Rovers did pick up a monstrous win over Charlton at the Memorial Field just the other day. The odds for this one, though, Burton are 5-4 for the victory, 21-10 is the away win, 12-5 is the draw. I think I might be sitting on the fence here, which ain't going to do anybody any favours. So Burton against Bristol Rovers, yeah, 1-1 in the end, not good for anybody's season. Then we go to the game of the round. It's down to London, it's Charlton, it's Birmingham, of course, and it's, I'd say this is a bit of a heavyweight crunch clash. It's the Alfie May derby, right? Am I saying that right? Nathan Jones, of course, a terrible bit of form for them right now. 3 defeats on the spin. They sit 13th with 13 points for the season. Is Nathan Jones committed to Charlton, or has his head been turned by Cardiff? Of course, international break looming, but his form is not great. So if he's not been distracted by Cardiff talks, he needs to get his act together for Charlton to save their season. Up against them, though, is hot to trot Birmingham, have won 5 of the last 6. 83% form for them right now as they sit top with 22 points. Now, they have played 31 times since 1993. 12 wins for Charlton, 8 wins for Birmingham, and there's been 11 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this very venue, it was earlier in the season, actually. It was in the EFL Cup. Birmingham came out on top with a 1-0 win. The Brummies are unbeaten against Charlton over the last 3, but Charlton have got actually not the greatest home record against them. They've lost 2 of the last 3 matches against them at the Valley. Bristol Rovers, though, 3-2 winners over Charlton. Most recently, Birmingham back-to-back home wins. In fact, like I said, 4 wins on the bounce. The bookies, Charlton actually 3-1 for the victory, 5-4 on is your Birmingham, 29-10 is the draw. You know me, guys. Going to go with the home win for Charlton, that's right. They're going to upset the odds, put a bit of a bubble burst in Birmingham. This is a sticky game, guys. You know, I know you think I hate you guys and all that. Maybe I'm a little bit jealous with the money that you've been spent, but you know, always root on I'm cheering on the underdog, as I am. I'm going to cheer on the underdog, and I'm doing it again this time around. Exeter City next as they take on Cambridge. Exeter turning the corner massively in recent form. They're just 1 defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them right now. They are 10th with 13 points for the season. Cambridge, rock bottom, just 1 point all season as Gary Monk's boys look lost at that moment. Anyway, coming at you 30 times they've played since 2002. 17 wins for Exeter, 9 wins for Cambridge. Has been 4 draws between the two sides. Speaking of draws, they did draw last time around at this very venue back in January 2024. Cambridge back-to-back clean sheets against them. However, they've only scored the 1 goal in the last 3 themselves. Meanwhile, in the league here, Exeter 1, 2, 3, 4 clean sheets on the bounce. Does look like they're going to get another one here. Bookies for this, 65 on is your Exeter, 5-2 is your 16-5 is your Cambridge. I'm going to go with Exeter here, 2-1. Realistically, probably 2-0 because the clean sheets have been phenomenal. Let's go over to Sincil Bank now as Skabula's boys. That's Lincoln. They're going to be taking on Leyton Orient in the Battle of the L's. That's right. Who will take the L? Skabula's coming at you, 58% form for them right now, drawing 3 of the last 4, unbeaten in those last 4, just 1 defeat in the last 6 up against the Orient, 50% form for them right now, 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6. However, just 1 win in 5. Last time around at this very venue, it was a 1-0 win for Lincoln, who won back-to-back 1-0 wins over Leyton Orient. In fact, they're unbeaten against them over the last 5. However, they're coming into this, though, on the back of a draw against Blackpool. Leyton Orient back-to-back games without a goal. Of course, losing to Exeter, drawing with Wrexham. The bookies, though, for this one, 23-20 is your Lincoln, 23-10 is the draw, 12-5 is your away win. Only 1 winner in this one. Lincoln will win this 2-0 win as they're the real deal. They are the real deal, and they're going to be in there amongst the playoffs. I can dang smell it. Are Mansfield Town the real deal? Well, they're competing, and of course they are knocking on the door right here to go into the automatics here if they can get a result over Blackpool. That's right. Stevie Bruce's Blackpool played 5 times since 2002, and they got the edge. 3 wins for them, 1 win for Blackpool, and there's been 1 draw. Mansfield, though, just 1 defeat in the last 6, 3 wins on the bounce. They sit 3rd with 17 points for the season. Winning breeds confidence, and confidence brings momentum, and it's all Mansfield at the moment. Same can be said, though, for Blackpool. They come at you just 1 defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them. However, they do come into this on the back of a draw. And of course, they did play 10-man Lincoln for a good part of the game yesterday or the day before. Last time around in the league at this very venue, it was a 1-0 win for Mansfield back in November 2016. That was in League 2. Mansfield on the back of successive clean sheets. Blackpool, of course, just 1 goal conceded over the last 3. The bookies, though, for this, 8-5 is your Mansfield, 5-2 the draw, 31-20 is your Blackpool. I am going with Blackpool on this one. I think under Steve Bruce, they are the authentic. They're going to be in and out the playoffs. I think at the end of it, Mansfield are having a great old season. They could do a bit of a Stevenage, and which means they'll be up and there or thereabouts for a good part of the season, but then trail off. But right now, impressed by Mansfield, but Blackpool under Steve Bruce are something else. Next up is Rotherham. They're going to be taking on Reading in the Battle of the R's. That's right. Of course, coming at you at the New York Stadium. Stevie Evans is Rotherham. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 now, slowly but surely grinding out some results. 58% form, but they are 17th with 10 points to the season. Reading under Ruben Zealous, back-to-back wins for them, 50% form for them over the last 6. They sit 12th with 13 points to the name. 18 times they have played since 2002. 4 wins for Rotherham, 9 for Reading, 5 draws between the two sides. Last time around at this very venue was a 4-0 win for Rotherham back in August 2022 in the Championship. What are we looking at here? Of course, Rotherham, a clean sheet last time around up against Reading, 3-1 winners over Burton. The bookies, though, for this, Rotherham at home, 11-10. Reading 12-5 on the road, 5-2 is the draw. Going to back the Stevie Evans boys here. They're not great, but But they're getting results, slowly but surely grinding them out, and slowly but surely the cream will rise to the top, and they will be there or thereabouts in that top 6, top 7 sort of stuff at the end of the season. Meanwhile, another team that could be there or thereabouts is Stockport. That's right, fly. Where are we going? Always happens. The Pilots heading over to a different Edgeley Park. I think he was heading over to New York. But anyway, Stockport are up against Wigan, of course, in the northwest at Edgeley Park. Now, these two sides have played just twice since 2003. Nothing for Stockport, one for Wigan, one draw, of course. Challengers, boys, they sit 4th with 15 points to the season, just one defeat in the last 6. That's 67% form for them. Up against Sean Maloney's Wigan, they're up to 14th right now, unbeaten in the last 5. That's right, with 12 points coming at you. Last time around at this very venue, it was a 1-1 draw. That was back in March 2003. That was in League One. Stockport, though, back to winning ways with the 2-0 win over Shrewsbury. Wigan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clean sheets on the bounce for Wigan. Airtight at the back. That includes a couple of wins and 3 draws. Goodness gracious me. 5-4 on is your Stockport. 11-4 is the draw. 60-5 is your Wigan. Does it smell like a draw? It could very well be a draw, but I might be leaning towards Stockport here. Yes, just the 1-0 win. Not many goals in it. Stockport will snatch it, though, at their own turf. Let's go to Wrexham now, over in Wales, as Hollywood FC take on Northampton Town. That's right, Wrexham under Phil Parkinson. 58% form for them right now. Just 1 win in the last 4. They sit 2nd. 17 points to the season. Northampton under John Brady. Not great form. Just 1 win in the last 6. They're on 33% form for them right now. Now, they played twice since 2005. 1 win for Northampton. Nothing for Wrexham. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. Last time around, at this very venue, it was a 1-0 win for Northampton, who did back-to-back clean sheets against them, stretching all the way back to 2005. Wrexham on the back of a 1-0 loss to Stevenage. That makes back-to-back games without a goal. Northampton on the back of successive home defeats. The last victory was on the road, though, against Huddersfield Town. 8-0 slouches there. The bookies are 20-11 on is your Wrexham, 3-1 is the draw, 5-1 is your away with Northampton Town. They both need a result, and Wrexham need it more to put the pressure on Birmingham. But I think they'll get it. 2-0 winners. Wrexham taking it over in Wales. And then finally, folks, we head down south towards London, but not in London. It's High Wycombe with Matt Bloomfield at the helm. 75% form for them right now. Up against Crawley and Ben Gladwin, ex-Rover, at the helm. 21st in the table, 7 points for the season. 8% form for Crawley. That's 5 defeats to the last 6. Up against Wycombe on 75% form. They are 8th, 14 points to the name with just 1 defeat in the last 6. Speaking of 6, not sex, but 6, it is 6 times they played since 2015. 3 for Wycombe, 2 for Crawley, 1 draw. Last time around at this very venue, it was a 4-0 win for Wycombe, who did the double last time that these two sides were in the same division back in the 2017-2018 campaign. Crawley, though, on the back of a 2-0 loss to Mansfield. That's back-to-back games without scoring a goal. Wycombe on the back of that 2-2 draw against Barnsley. The bookies for this, 13-8 on is your Wycombe, 29-10 is the draw, 70-4 is your Crawley. Wycombe will win this one in the green hills and fields of Wycombe. 2-0 winners, Adams Park, game over. That's my picks, guys. Don't forget to get your own picks in as well. Use the link right here. We'll be bringing it bang up to date with the prediction league. And also, make sure you vote, guys. Best club content creator, best podcast, both for the Football League. And the name you're looking for is Blackburn Rovers Seas. There's a link on the screen. Cut the /vote BRFC QR code if you know how to do with those. And then also there's a link in the description down below. Please go ahead and vote. And if you've got a bit more time on your hands, which I do appreciate, go ahead and vote a couple of times. The more the merrier, please. The more the merrier. And that, my friends, completes the pack. Hopefully you'll join us when we come back around, and we might not be back next week because I don't think there's enough games in League One. I think I've seen 6 right now. That may go ahead, but we might drop down to 4 or so, and then there's no point. There is no point. So hopefully we'll be back very, very soon. But until then, guys, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. Until then, we are done.